England, Halstead in Essex to be exact, north of London. There's a hairdresser, a hotel, a pub, and, hidden in an industrial park, a scrap dealer. But this is far from your common or garden scrap heap. The clients and their wishes are very, very exclusive.
Yes, I've come to get some parts for my other Ferrari, which I've crashed, which is a Ferrari F40. Very limited, special parts required, and this is the only place in England where we can get such parts.
Welcome to Eurospares, the spare parts heaven for car fetishists. On a terrain the size of 3 football pitches lies the most valuable scrap you can find anywhere. Maserati, Ferrari and Lamborghini, the most precious, most beautiful and the very fastest from the land of car designers, Italy. James Pumo is the boss of this luxury scrap dealership. He inherited his passion for the finest cars Italy has to offer from his father, an Italian. And now his firm has clients all over the world, all sharing a single passion, the love of sinfully expensive automobiles.
Let's have a look.
Okay.
Cheers. Thanks. We see across the whole scale from customers, yes, they've got so much money it's ridiculous, to the customer who's such an enthusiast, he can just afford to buy the car and just afford to run it.
Understandably, such precious spare parts are not lying around in the open.
I'm doing security for the door because behind here is £7.5 million of stock.
In all, there are 4 warehouse halls, and in each there are several thousand spare parts, all carefully categorized. Small parts, carrossery components, motors, and not everything that's worth a lot of money is immediately recognizable.
OK, here we have a water pump for a late 1950s Maserati 3500. This obviously is very rare. It's actually still in good condition. This I would probably sell for £600–700. OK, this is an LP640 Lamborghini Murcielago. Optional racing seat. This is a £4,000 each. This is an exhaust system from a Ferrari F50, £8,000.
To estimate the value of luxury scrap, the experienced eye of the specialist is called for. These Ferrari wheels cost all of €3,600.
The thing with this particular wheel, it was only on the long nose, which is a specific type of 275. So this is what makes it unique. Only an absolute expert would know which car this fits.
The raw material consists of damaged and partially demolished luxury cars. They can come from anywhere in the world and are usually found through the internet. Tips also come from insurers and former clients. The decision to purchase a wreck is most often made sight unseen, and that's not without risk.
They can be misdescribed, and if we buy it over the phone, and especially if we buy it from overseas, we have to take the word of the customer that's describing it to us, and sometimes it can happen. You know, the parts that we think are good, we can take off, they're non-usable, we can't use them.
James Pumo seeks for one of his clients the right rear lighting array and exhaust outlet. His logistic expert, Claudio, checks the available resources using a special archiving program. Over 130 different car models are scrupulously detailed.
So I have to sit my car.
But before the parts in question can be retrieved, the team must turn its attention to a new arrival, a Ferrari 360 Modena Challenge Stradale. This is a car which cost new €165,000 and could hit 300 kilometers an hour, or a brick wall. James Pumo paid $15,000 for what's left. The motor is presumed to be undamaged.
With damage on the front, on the back. So that looks okay.
The frames are so twisted that the doors can't be opened. Anyway, the key's missing.
Fingers crossed.
James tries to short-circuit the engine. Will it start? No sign of life. Mr. Pumo is not happy. Was the purchase a mistake? Under the sun visor, James finds a spare ignition key. That's it. The engine starts.
That's right, Joe.
See, like the seals.
Until the engine started, I was a little bit worried because the main value in the car is in the engine. So once that came off the trailer and it was running, I was a little bit more happier.
The car comes into the garage to be disassembled. This is when it will become clear whether the scrap Ferrari is worth what they paid for it. This is also when Neville Pretty comes into his own, the caveman they call him, who piles up his treasures and hoards it away.
The hook, it's very handy to pick out the plastic bits on the doors. These are for steering wheel bolts, which are a special nut that Ferrari use. We use these tools so we do the right job and we don't break the parts.
The master of deconstruction explains his artistry.
It's knowing what to do in what order, really. It's the right process, really.
In the meantime, Claudio has been able to fill the order of the Ferrari driving client. He's in luck. All the parts were in stock. Specialist Chris brings them together. 4 lamps and an exhaust. That'll be how much?
It's about £1,500.
For John Smith, the price is no problem. His concern is a different one. He wants to take the parts for his Ferrari F40 away with him.
The expense isn't really the issue. The issue is more the availability. If you buy these parts in a Ferrari garage, you probably have to order it, wait maybe a month. Maybe they back order for the factory or whatever, whereas all the parts are here, available straight away.
He heads for home and garage a happy man. He has no guarantee from Eurospares, though. The customer must accept the risk when buying second-hand parts. James and Neville have now stripped down the Ferrari 360 to its chassis. The Eurospares boss can now see what he has on his hands.
Hi, chaps. Some of these parts, actually, Keith has already sold, and we have a customer who's waiting for these bits for his car, so it's good. 2 or 3 of the items we can sell straight away. This is also sold, so this customer is ready. Take this.
On the other side, too, there's a potential bestseller.
So the airbag is good because this is okay. So this we sell very quickly. This is £500. In the first few days, I think we'll get a good return of our money back. So this is promising. So yeah, I'm pleased.
The decision to buy was the right one. James reckons that the sale of the parts rescued from the wreck will bring about €22,000. That's how it goes day after day when you're dealing with the most expensive scrap in the world.